and sisters, mothers and fathers, aunties and uncles, grandmas and grandpas, everybody in the house, in-laws, that's right, man. Shalom, shalom, peace and blessings to each and every single one of you, your homes, your dwelling places, where you stay at, your children, your loved ones, your friends, and your pets, and little fur babies, all that good stuff that you need in your life, Mishpachah, that's right. All right, so all praises to the Most High. All praises to the Most High, Abana Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai. All praises to Yahweh, glory to Yahweh Shai. Honors to the Ruach HaKodesh. My love and my respect goes out to each and every single one of you, kingdom builders. That's right, I love you, my whole heart. Not half of it, the whole heart. All right, we're back here in the book of Jasher, chapter 34. We left off on chapter 33. We didn't want to put them together because 34 was a little bit too long. So we're probably going to do 34 and 35 on this go around and just see where the Ruach leads us, all right? So you got a few moments if you want to follow along with me. Hope everybody's been having a good week so far. It's Wednesday, halfway through the week, almost there. Stay strong. It's all downhill from here, right? As they say. So stay focused, stay strong, stay motivated, stay zealous. That's right. All right, no further ado. You had time to pull out your scrolls if you're following along. This is going to be the book of Jasher, chapter 34. Let's begin.
Take them back.
All right. Chapter 34, and it reads, And the number of all the males that were circumcised were 645 men and 246 children. But Chiddekim, son of Pered, the father of Hamor, and his 6 brothers would not listen to Shechem and his father Hamor, and they would not be circumcised, for the proposal of the sons of Jacob was loathsome in their sight. And their anger was greatly roused at this, that the people of their city had not hearkened to them. And in the evening of the 2nd day they found 8 small children who had not been circumcised, for their mothers had concealed them from Shechem and his father Hamor, and from the men of the city. And Shechem and his father Hamor sent to have them brought before them to be circumcised, when Chiddekim and his 6 brothers sprang at them with their swords and sought to slay them. And they sought to slay also Shechem and his father Hamor, and they sought to slay Dinah with them on account of this matter. And they said unto them, What is this thing that you have done? What is this thing? Are there no women among the daughters of your brethren, the Canaanites, that you wish to take unto yourselves daughters of the Hebrews, whom you knew not before, and will do this act which your fathers never commanded you? Do you imagine that you will succeed through this act which you have done? And what will you answer in this affair to your brethren the Canaanites, who will come tomorrow and ask you concerning this thing? And if your act will not appear just and good in their sight, what will you do for your lives, and me for our lives, and your not having hearkened to our voices? And if the inhabitants of the land and all your brethren, the children of Ham, will hear of your act, saying, On account of the Hebrew women did Shechem and Hamor his father and all the inhabitants of their city do that with which they had been unacquainted, and which their ancestors never commanded them, where then will you fly, or where conceal your shame in all your days before your brethren, the inhabitants of the land of Canaan? Now, therefore, we cannot bear up against this thing which you have done, neither can we be burdened with this yoke upon us, which our ancestors did not command us. Behold, tomorrow we will go and assemble all our brethren, the Canaanite brethren who dwell in the land, and we will all come and smite you and all those who trust in you, that there will not be a remnant left from you or them. And when Hamor and his son Shechem and all the people of the city heard the words of Chiddekim and his brothers, they were terribly afraid, and their lives at their words, and they repented of what they had done. And Shechem and his father Hamor answered their father Chiddekim and his brethren, and they said unto them, All the words which you spoke unto us are true. Now do not say, nor imagine in your hearts, that on account of our love of the Hebrews we did this thing that our ancestors did not command us, but because we saw that it was not their intention, and desired to accede to our wishes concerning their daughter as to our taking her, except on this condition. So we hearkened to their voices, and did this act which you saw, in order to obtain our desire from them. And when we will have obtained our request from them, We will then return to them and do unto them that which you say unto us. We implore you then to wait and tarry until our flesh will be healed, and we again become strong. And we then and will then go together against them and do unto them that which is in your hearts and in ours. And Dinah, the daughter of Jacob, heard all these words which Shechem and his brethren had spoken, and what Hamor and his son Shechem and the people of the city had answered them. And she hastened and sent one of her maidens that her father had sent to her to take care of her, to her in the house of Shechem, to Jacob her father, and to her brethren, saying, Salake, thus did Shechem and his brothers advise concerning you, and thus did Hamor and Shechem and the people of their city answer them. And when Jacob heard these words, he was filled with wrath, and he was indignant at them, and his anger was kindled against them. And Simeon and Levi swore and said, As the Most High lives, and the Yahweh, the Most High of the whole earth, by this time tomorrow there will not be a remnant left in the whole city. And 20 young men had concealed themselves, who were not circumcised. And these young men fought against Simeon and Levi. And Simeon and Levi killed 18 of them, and 2 fled from them, and escaped to some lime pits that were in the city. And Simeon and Levi sought for them, but could not find them. And Simeon and Levi continued to go about in the city, and they killed all the people of the city at the edge of the sword, and they left none remaining. And there was a great consternation in the midst of the city, and the cry of the people of the city ascended to heaven, and all the women and children cried aloud. And Simeon and Levi slew all of the city. They left not a male remaining in the whole city. And they slew Hamor and Shechem his son at the edge of the sword, and they brought away Dinah from the house of Shechem, and they went from there. And the sons of Jacob, the sons of Yaakov, went and returned and came upon the slain, and spoiled all their property, which was in the city and the field. And while they were taking the spoil, 300 men stood up and threw dust at them, and struck them with stones. And Simeon turned to them, and he slew them all with the edge of the sword. And Simeon turned before Levi, and came into the city. And they took away their sheep and their oxen and their cattle, and also the remainder of the women and little ones. And they led all these away, and they opened a gate and went out, and came into their father Jacob with vigor. And when Jacob, Yaakov, saw all that they had done to the city, and saw the spoil that they had took from them, Yaakov was very angry at them. And Yaakov said unto them, What is this that you have done to me? Behold, I obtained rest among the Canaanite inhabitants of the land, and none of them meddled with me. And now you have done to make me obnoxious to the inhabitants of the land, among the Canaanites and the Perizzites. And I am but of a small number, and they will all assemble against me and slay me, when they hear of your work with their brethren, and I and my household will be destroyed. And Simeon and Levi and all their brothers with them answered their father Yaakov, and said unto him, Behold, we live in the land, and will Shechem do this to our sister? Will he do this to our sister? Why are you silent at all that Shechem has done? And will he deal with our sister as with the harlot in the streets? And the number of women whom Simeon and Levi took captive from the city of Shechem, whom they did not slay, was 85, who had not known man. So they took 85 virgins. And among them was a young damsel of beautiful appearance and well-favored, whose name was Bunah. And Simeon took her for a wife. And the number of the males which they took captive and did not slay was 47 men, and the rest they slew. And all the young men and women that Simeon and Levi had taken captives from the city of Shechem were servants to the sons of Yaakov, and to their children after them, until the day of the sons of Yaakov going out from the land of Mizraim. And when Simeon and Levi had gone out from the city, the 2 young men that were left, who had concealed themselves in the city, and did not die among the people of the city, rose up. And these young men went into the city, and walked about in it, and found the city desolate without man, and only women weeping. And these young men cried out and said, Behold, this is the evil which the sons of Yaakov the Hebrew did in this city. And their having this day destroyed one of the Canaanite cities, and were not afraid of their lives of all the land of Canaan. And these men left the city, and went to the city of Tapnach. And they came there, and told the inhabitants of Tapnach all that had befallen them, and all that the sons of Yaakov had done to the city of Shechem. Oh man, just a couple of them too. Verse 40. And the information reached Jashub, king of Tapnach, and he sent men to the city of Shechem to see those young men. For the king did not believe them in this account, saying, How could 2 men lay waste such a large town as Shechem? And the messengers of Yaakov came back and told them, saying, We came unto the city, and it was destroyed. There is not a man there, only weeping women, neither is any flock or cattle there. For all that was in the city, the sons of Yaakov took away. Just 2 of them, Simeon and Levi, just 2 guys did all that damage. And Jasher wondered at this, saying, How could 2 men do this thing, to destroy such a large city, and not one man able to stand against them? For the like has not been from the days of Nimrod, and not even from the remotest time has the like taken place. And Jasher, king of Tapnach, said to his people, Be courageous, and we will go and fight against these Hebrews, and do unto them as they did unto the city, and we will avenge the cause of the people of the city. And Jasher, king of Tapnach, consulted with his counselors about this matter, and his advisers said unto him, Alone you will not prevail over the Hebrews, for they must be powerful to do this work to the whole city. If 2 of them laid waste the whole city, and no one stood against them, surely if you will go against them, they will all raise against us and destroy us likewise. But if you will send to all the kings that surround us, and let them come together, then we will go with them, and fight against the sons of Yaakov. Then will you prevail against them. And Jasher heard the words of his counselors, and their words pleased him and his people, and he did so. And Jasher, king of Tapnach, sent all the kings of the Amorites that surrounded Shechem. And Tapnach sang, Go up with me and assist me, and we will smite Yaakov the Hebrew and all his sons, and destroy them from the earth. For thus did he do to the city of Shechem. And do you not know of it? And all the kings of the Amorites heard the evil that the sons of Yaakov had done to the city of Shechem, and they were greatly astonished at them. And the 7 kings of the Amorites assembled with all their armies, about 10,000 men with drawn swords, and they came to fight against the sons of Yaakov. And Yaakov heard that the kings of the Amorites had assembled to fight against his sons. And Yaakov was greatly afraid, and it distressed him. And Yaakov exclaimed against Simeon and Levi, saying, What is this act that you did? What is this act that you did? Why have you injured me, to bring against me all the children of Canaan to destroy me and my household? For I was at rest, even I and my household, and you have done this thing to me, and provoked the inhabitants of the land against me by your proceedings. And Yehudah answered his father, saying, Was it for naught my brothers Simeon and Levi killed all the inhabitants of Shechem? Surely it was because Shechem had humbled our sister, and transgressed the command of our Elohim to Noah and his children. For Shechem took our sister away by force, and committed adultery with her. And Shechem did all this evil, and not one of his inhabitants of the city interfered with him, to say, Why will you do this? Surely for this my brothers went and smote the city, and the Most High delivered it into their hands, because its inhabitants had transgressed the commands of our Elohim. Is it then for naught that they have done all this? And now, why are you afraid or distressed? And why are you displeased at my brothers? And why is your anger kindled against them? Surely our Elohim, who delivered into their hands the city of Shechem and its people, he will also deliver into the hands of all the Canaanite kings who are coming against us, and we will do unto them as my brothers did unto Shechem. Now be tranquil about them, and cast away your fears. But trust in the Most High our Elohim, and pray unto him to assist us and to deliver us, and deliver our enemies into our hands. And Yehudah called to one of his father's servants, Go now and see where the kings who are coming against us are situated with their armies. And the servant went and looked far off, and went up opposite Mount Sihon, and saw all the camps of the kings standing in the fields. And he returned to Yehudah, and said, Behold, the kings are situated in the field with all their camps, a people exceedingly numerous, like unto the sand upon the seashore. And Judah said unto Simeon and Levi, and unto all his brothers, Strengthen yourselves, and be sons of valor, for the Most High our Elohim is with us. Do not fear them. Stand out each man, girt with his weapons of war, and bow his bow and his sword, and we will go and fight against these uncircumcised men. The Most High is our Elohim; he will save us. And they rose up, and each girt on his weapons of war, great and small, 11 sons of Yaakov, and all the servants of Yaakov with them, and all the servants of Isaac who were with Isaac in Hebron, all came to him, equipped in all sorts of war instruments. And the sons of Yaakov and their servants, being 112 men, went towards these kings, and Yaakov also went with them, and the old man, right? And the sons of Yaakov sent unto their father Isaac, the son of Abraham, to Hebron, the same is Kiriath Arba, saying, Pray, we implore you for us unto the Most High our Elohim, to protect us from the hands of the Canaanites who are coming against us, and to deliver them into our hands. And Isaac the son of Abraham prayed unto the Most High for his sons, and he said, O Most High Yahweh, you did promise my father, saying, I will multiply your seed as the stars of heaven. And you did also promise me, and establish you your word now, that the kings of Canaan are coming together to make war with my children, because they committed no violence. Now therefore, O Most High Yahweh, Yahweh of the whole earth, pervert, I pray you, the counsel of these kings, that they may not fight against my sons, and impress the hearts of these kings and their people with the terror of my sons, and bring down their pride, that they may turn away from my sons. And with your strong hand and outstretched arm deliver my sons and their servants from them, for power and might are in your hands to do all this. And the sons of Yaakov and their servants went towards these kings, and they trusted in the Most High their Elohim. And while they were going, Yaakov their father also prayed unto the Most High, and said, O Most High Elohim Yahweh, powerful and exalted Most High, who has reigned from days of old, from then until now and forever. You are he who stirs up wars and causes them to cease. In your hand are power and might, to exalt and to bring down. O may my prayer be acceptable before you, that you may turn to me with your mercies, to impress the hearts of the kings of their people, with the terror of my sons, and terrify them with their camps, and with your great kindness deliver all those that trust in you. For it is you who can bring people under us and reduce nations under our power. That's the end of chapter 34. All right, we're going to get some more. We're going to do 35, and we're going to finish it up with 35, all right? All right, Mishpachah? Cool. All right, let's go. Chapter 35, and it reads, And all the kings of the Amorites came and took their stand in the field to consult with their counselors what was to be done with the sons of Yaakov, for they were still afraid of them, saying, Behold, 2 of them slew the whole of the city of Shechem. And the Most High heard the prayers of Isaac and Yaakov, and he filled the hearts of all the kings, advisers, with great fear and terror, that they unanimously exclaimed, Are you silly this day, or is there no understanding in you, that you will fight with the Hebrews? And why will you take a delight in your own destruction this day? Behold, 2 of them came, listen, 2 of them came to the city of Shechem without fear or terror, and they killed all the inhabitants of the city, that no man stood up against them. And how will you be able to fight with them all? Surely you know that their Elohim is exceedingly fond of them, and has done mighty things for them, such as have not been done from days of old. And among all the gods of nations, there is none can do like unto his mighty deeds. Surely he delivered their father Abraham the Hebrew from the hand of Nimrod, and from the hand of all his people who had many times sought to slay him. He delivered him also from the fire in which King Nimrod had cast him, and his Elohim delivered him from it. And who else can do the like? Surely it was Abraham who slew the 5 kings of Elam, when they had touched his brother's son, who in those days dwelt in Sodom, and took his servant that was faithful in his house, and a few of his men, and they pursued the kings of Elam in one night, and killed them, and restored to his brother's son all his property which they had taken from him. And surely you know the Most High of these Hebrews is much delighted with them, and they are also delighted with him, for they know that he delivered them from all their enemies. And behold, through his love towards his Elohim, Abraham took his only and precious son, and intended to bring him up as a burnt offering to his Elohim. And had it not been for Yahweh, who prevented him from doing this, he would have done it through his love of his Elohim, right? And Yahweh saw all his works, and swore unto him, and promised him that he would deliver his sons and all his seed from every trouble that would befall them, because he had done this thing, and through his love to his Elohim stifled his compassion for his child. And have you not heard what their Elohim did to Pharaoh, king of Mizraim, and to Abimelech, king of Gerar, through the taking of Abraham's wife, who said of her, She is my sister, lest they might slay him on account of her, and think of taking her for a wife? And Yahweh did unto them and their people all that you heard of. And behold, we ourselves saw with our eyes that Esau, the brother of Jacob, came to him, with 400 men, with the intention of slaying him, for he called to mind that he had taken away from him his father's blessing. And he went to meet him when he came from Syria, to smite the mother with the children. And who delivered him from his hands but his Elohim, in whom he trusted? He delivered him from the hand of his brother, and also from the hand of his enemies, and surely he again will protect them. Who does not know that it is their Elohim who inspired them with strength to do to this town of Shechem the evil which you have heard of? Could it then be with their own strength that two men could destroy such a large city as Shechem, had it not been for their Elohim in whom they trusted? He said and did unto them all this day, all this to slay the inhabitants of the city and their city. And can you then prevail over them who have come out together from your city to fight with the whole of them, even if 1,000 times as many more should come to your assistance? Surely you know and understand that you do not come to fight with them, but you come to war with their Elohim, who made choice of them, and you have therefore all come this day to be destroyed. Now therefore refrain from this evil which you are endeavoring to bring upon yourselves, and it will be better for you not to go to battle with them, although they are but few in numbers, because their Elohim is with them. And when the kings of the Amorites heard all the words of their advisors, their hearts were filled with terror, and they were afraid of the sons of Yaakov, and would not fight against them. And they inclined their ears to the words of their advisors, and they listened to all their words. And the words of the counselors greatly pleased the kings, and they did so. And the kings turned and refrained from the sons of Yaakov, for they dared not approach them to make war with them, for they were greatly afraid of them, and their hearts melted within them from the fear of them. For this proceeded from the Most High to them, for he heard the prayers of the servants Isaac and Yaakov, for they trusted in him. And all these kings returned with their camps on that day, each to his own city, and they did not at that time fight with the sons of Yaakov. And the sons of Yaakov kept their station that day until evening opposite Mount Sihon. And seeing that these kings did not come to fight against them, the sons of Yaakov returned home. And that's the end of chapter 35. All right, Mishpachah? All right. We'll go ahead and close that up there for the night. And we'll retire there. And we'll start on chapter 36 on the next scripture read. All right? Cool. So thanks for riding along with me on the road trip right now. Kingdom Builders Road Trippers, Akim and Akatim. That's right. I love each and every single one of y'all. In the meantime, until I see y'all again, be safe out there, please. All right, and always remember, man, I love you, man. All praises to the Most High, Yahweh. All praises to the Most High. We'll see you soon. Yes, indeed.